Hello, welcome to Jurassic Park. You're looking at the 30-year-old human dinosaur. Today is my birthday, so if you could, even before you watch the video, leave me a like for my birthday, big 3-0. Honestly, I'm glad to not be 29 anymore, because that age kind of sucks. So, that number looks dumb. 29 looks really dumb. Yes, the last of the millennials are now entering the 30s, so for my other fellow 96 babies, 30's coming for you too, so.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Anyways, I figured I'd make an update video because there are a lot of changes that are going to be happening. I've spent little over a month and a half off because 2025 was easily the worst year of my life, and I figured I could use a mental break from posting videos, you know. But I figured now is a good time to come back because I figured some stuff out and I'm really excited to share those thoughts with you guys. First of all, elephant in the room, new setup, pretty cool I think. You can see a monitor, I can put something fun there. And then you got the background right here. What's crazy though is all I did was just like turn my desk at a 45-degree angle, but so we're going to start with just some little changes that are going to happen with the channel, and then as we go on, we're going to get more and more in detail. I hope you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy this update video. So I want to start with something, few things that are not changing too much. One is gaming content. So gaming content on this channel is going to be kind of the same. I'm going to keep covering Bradley the Badger. I'm going to keep an eye on that and let you guys know if there's any updates. There hasn't been many right now. The biggest update I've seen is that they're hiring right now. So if you're interested in that, they are hiring for like other level designers and stuff like that. It's on their Instagram. And Project Rustbound. Project Rustbound was originally going to be a Bionicle fan game, but LEGO said last minute, we're not going to let you do that, actually, even though we told you for like 8 years straight that it'd be fine as long as you're not making money. But no, we're just taking down your project anyways. More specifically, though, I want to start making more video essay-esque kind of videos related to gaming-related stuff. So, like, maybe I talk about a certain franchise as a focus for the video, or a certain character. I don't want to just do, like, new stuff, and you know? Like, for example, there's one I've been wanting to make for a long time, and it's about King Dedede. You guys know my love for King Dedede. I bought a $450 statue of King Dedede. Dedede's literally my favorite video game character of all time, so put some respect on the triple D, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna start putting it more in a video essay direction where it's my voiceover and I share clips or something. I think I'm gonna have like a PNG of my little robot panda character. I call him Bebot. You could argue it's my fursona, but it's a robot. I mean, it's a robot panda, but still. Okay. Speaking of furries, I'm on Fur Affinity again. I've been posting art there actually last month. Figured I'd get back into the kind of the swing of things, so you can follow me on Fur Affinity. It is one of my links in the description below. Anyways, back to videos, record reviews. Those are still going to be happening. There is going to be one layout change though. I am going to still do like the packaging segment somewhere else, but instead of having me in a different location with like the record like right here the whole time on this little thing that says now playing, I'm just gonna like lean it up against here. But the main point of it is for me to like be talking to you guys about it, not to just have it on the side, because ultimately I do show you guys the packaging like in the middle of the record reviews. And I've also been thinking another reason why I want to do talking about it part here is because of the fact that I feel like my record reviews are actually pretty boring compared to my normal content. I went back and looked at my Golden review. It's pretty boring compared to my Bradley the Badger video I made. I want to give you guys the best content that I can, the best quality stuff. I want to be a little bit more playful with my record reviews going forward if you don't mind. But otherwise, Other than the location, everything's gonna essentially be the same for record reviews. I'm kind of done streaming for now. Honestly, I've not found much joy in streaming. In fact, I feel like it's kind of ruined games a little bit for me. I feel very content-brained recently, where it's like, okay, I got this game, and I'm gonna stream it. So I can't play it yet, but I will play it eventually. It's gotten to the point where I have like a bunch of games that I just haven't touched, and if I wanted to stream all of them, it would take forever, and I just don't have the time. For now, for the inevitable future, I will not be streaming on Twitch, and that means also my streaming channel, which I'm not even going to call my second channel anymore, because I'm posting an update here, and I said that that channel is going to be for like updates as well. I'm not even going to be promoting that channel anymore. It doesn't get any traffic, and it's just, it's there. It's just kind of there. I'll still have the link to it in the description, but for like the end screen, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the end screen. I'll switch it up a bit. But yeah, so for now, that channel is going to be inactive, so yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about, which is something that I've been trying to do, and I meant to start last year, but just life happened last year. I want to start doing voice acting content on this channel. And I have an idea for my first video. I have it kind of figured out, and it's going to be me talking about my voice acting inspirations. The only problem with that is I'm trying to arrange clips that I found of my favorite parts of them doing different voices and cutting them up so it's fair use. I've had issues with fair use before in the past with record reviews. Marshall Mathers LP, that was not my first record review, but it was my first Eminem one that actually had some copyright issues because I showed the music videos and stuff. Luckily, I was able to dispute that claim because I was using the footage to kind of further explain what I was talking about in the video, so it landed under fair use. This is going to be a little bit harder because I'm going to be talking about the voice actor and what I like about them and, you know, what I appreciate about them. Then I'm going to show some clips. But the problem is, they're not all video game voice actors. Some of them do mainly or exclusively movie stuff. Like Tom Kenny, for example. I mean, Tom Kenny voiced Spyro too, but, you know, he's mainly known for SpongeBob. So there's going to be clips from SpongeBob, and, you know, I just have to kind of be careful with that. So I'm figuring that out. And then once I've made that video, I am going to start doing, like, I'm going to start trying to do some imitation stuff, maybe some voiceover stuff. Just, you can put some ideas in the comments, that'd actually be very helpful. And the last thing is a new series I want to start on this channel. At the end of last year, I started getting back into reading. I made a video a while ago on my second channel. It's called I Can Read. And it was essentially just me showing off books and talking about how I like to read. And I even said, like, I had a reading goal of reading all these books. I read none of those books I said I was going to read. And the thing was, is I thought at that time I was going to be, like, really wanting to read again. But I didn't end up doing that. I kept getting recommended. I guess it's a little story time. I was scrolling Instagram Reels, and I kept getting recommended stuff for Wicked. And I decided, fine, I'll watch Wicked. But I was like, I want to read the book, though, first. So I read Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. And I got hooked on it and was like, okay, well, there's more in this series. And I read the entire series. And now I'm, like, wanting to go back to old books and read those. I want to read classics. I want to read the YAs I grew up with. Like, here's some examples. So this is going to be the first one, because I want to start with a classic that I'm somewhat familiar with already, and that's The Wizard of Oz. I actually got this for my birthday. Shout out to my mom. And it is the 1956 edition of The Wizard of Oz. It's the original story with some of the original pictures in it, drawings and stuff. Another example, I'm going to be talking about some YAs, like Twilight. I love the Twilight Saga. I am very much a Twilight fan, both unironically and ironically. I think the first movie is hilarious, as well as the last movie. I think it's hilarious as well. I know what the series is, and so I can look past the cringy stuff. I actually find it more charming nowadays. And I feel like over the years, the Twilight Saga in general has gotten, like, more kind of like fans because of like how campy it is. Obviously it has its issues, but we'll talk about it when I talk about those books. And then we got stuff like this, Dracula. We're at the very different opposite end of The Wizard of Oz, where it's a classic, but it is not for kids. I got this really cool version from Barnes & Noble. It's like, it has the red stuff. But yeah, lots of vampires, I realized, because we're going to be going from Twilight to Dracula, so. But like I'm going to talk about like the Hunger Games, because there was the new prequel that came out last year. And I need to read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes too, so there's that. I'm going to go more in depth in my next video about that, so I hope you guys look forward to that. Anyway, so I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I gave pretty much every update that I wanted to. I will just say one more thing relating to the book stuff, is that I do have a Goodreads account now, and if you want a full spoiler-free review of a book that I'm going to talk about, they will be on my Goodreads. I'll probably do that right before I post a video. I have one of The Wizard of Oz right now, so if you want to go check that out, go check out my Goodreads down in the description below. I want to end this video with some life advice for those who are probably entering their 20s, or, you know, are just wondering how my 20s went. And I want to just say that your 20s are going to be very stressful. Don't let people who say the 20s are the best years of your life, don't let them fool you. No, when you're in your 20s, you're figuring out how the world works. You're truly discovering yourself, because I found more about myself in my 20s than I did in my teens, than as I was a kid. And if you think, oh, well, I'm done learning, you're never done learning. You're learning new stuff every day. And, you know, I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been wanting to learn more. I've been yearning to learn more. And I think that's ultimately a good thing. I think that's another reason why I'm back into reading as well. But yeah, don't expect your 20s to be the best years of your life. I've heard people say that your 30s, things get better. And I really feel like they will, for me. Because my 20s were really hard, personally. So, yeah. If you're in your 20s and you're having a hard time, just know it does get better. It's just going to take time. Anyways, it's getting a little late. It's past my bedtime. This dinosaur needs to go to sleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell when you do. And yeah, so long and good night.